the presentation, there will be a thank you, Alex. There will be a Q&A session, and that will be the opportunity to directly engage with Paula regarding the roadshow. And when the time comes, just to ask any question, raise your hand or drop them directly in the chat. And finally, after the meeting, we will be sharing the presentation and the recording that will be both uploaded on the event page where you registered on the Smart Cities Marketplace website, on the Scalable Cities page. And you will be able to go back and look at any information that you may have missed or would like to refresh. So without further ado, I will leave the word to my colleague Veronica from 20 Communications as well, who will give us an overview of Scalable Cities as a whole and what is the ecosystem that Scalable City is and what kind of activities it engages in. So I'm gonna leave the word to you, Veronica, and mute myself.
Thank you very much, Sylvia, and good afternoon, everyone. I hope that you are comfortable and that you are ready for the café. So Scalable Cities is a joint city-led initiative of the European Commission that has started almost 3 years ago. And it was actually originally a bottom-up approach from a lot of the smart cities and communities project coordinators that came together and wanted to actually support each other in implementing a lot of the innovative solutions that they were piloting in their projects. And then at some point it became very clear that a larger governance is needed, and so there was a need for a more formal support for all of the sustainable and innovative and citizen-led solutions. And that governance structure has been established, and it's called Scalable Cities. So it is there to support everyone within the projects that are already implementing and piloting the solutions, and also everyone that would like to take any of these solutions, take any of the innovations, and either scale them up in another part of the city or replicate them in their own city. With really kind of the aim to join and help us create this marketplace of smart cities solutions, and with the aim to contribute to the net zero city goals. Next slide. The mission of the project, or of the Scalable Cities initiative, is to identify and promote solutions and all of the business models that can be scaled up. So as I said, we are looking at everything that is being produced within the project, and identifying the best solutions, the best innovations, to help them being scaled up and replicated across Europe, so that we can really contribute to really measurable outcomes like new jobs or energy savings. And we look at everything that has been already piloted in the Lighthouse cities. We aid the fellow cities or the multiplier cities in the newer projects to actually replicate and put up a blueprint for replication, so that we can then include even outside the cities, the cities outside of this network, and help them replicate and scale up based on these blueprints. The Scalable Cities as a community of experts includes coordinators, technical experts, industrial partners, and consultants associations, but also city partners and city representatives. There can be on the technical level, usually as opposed to the political level, but we also try to include the political level as well. We span across solutions from mobility and smart buildings, citizen engagement, data, platforms, business models, and governance structures. Next one. When we look at really the scope, in general, we're looking at the basis of 18 projects that have generated across 120 cities, more than 550 solutions. Now, this scope is actually being expanded as we go about, and is also contributing to the key impact. So everything from energy savings to more than 1 million square meters of floor space that is being refurbished, to more than 260,000 citizens engaged, numerous electronic vehicles and other setups, and smart meters being introduced across all of these cities. They all contribute to CO2 reduction and to the energy savings. We of course look at the map of Europe, and we see that these are 120 cities. They are expanding. Some of them are also already on the way to their net zero targets, because they are a part of, more than half of them are a part of the cities mission and cities mission cities, and we are taking all of their knowledge, trying to kind of compile it and help everyone to learn from their experience, to create the market, and to contribute to creating more and more innovations and innovative solutions across Europe. You will be hearing across of all of these cafes from various projects, because the collaboration has started. And so the data and information that we already have and the learnings throughout the projects start from the 2014, and we have actually seen a lot of very successful replications from the first projects and cities throughout by now 10 years of working of the Scalable Cities community. We have examples, for example, from the Triangulum project, where Leipzig was a fellow city, or follower city at the time it was called, and has then been translated into a lighthouse city in a project in Sparks in 2019, and is now also being or was selected for the city's mission as a representative in Germany, and is contributing further. The same, we have a similar example from Smarter Together in 2015 in the city of Munich, that is now also participating as a scale-up in the 2023 project called Ascent. So there's numerous examples of how these solutions are already generating more innovations across Europe. But we are hoping that through the cafes and through the information and the services that Scalable Cities can provide you with, we can even contribute to doing more. One of the services of all of the services that we provide is the roadshow, and that is what we are going to be talking about. But let's not forget that we also have other services that we would like to kind of draw your attention to, and they're all part of these series, so that you can actually use all of them and see how you can best actually benefit from them. So we have an expert group, a group of experts that can help you with specific targeted issues that you may have in the city, and help you solve them. We have a format called the Action Grant, where you can apply for a smaller implementation or feasibility project. We have, of course, the peer-to-peer learning, where we help engage with experts on a technical level from other projects or cities. And we also have a city coordinators group that some of you are already a part of, where we focus on knowledge sharing and really exchange of information, and helping you navigate also the very complex area of the smart cities and communities. And of course, we also organize events, workshops, and dissemination webinars, such as this one, but also others that we would be happy if you follow or join us as also speakers to share also your own experience. Now I'm going to leave the word to Sylvia and Paula, because we're going to talk a lot more about the roadshow in this Scalable Cities Cafe.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. That was a very comprehensive overview of everything that Scalable Cities does. Well, today we're joined by Paula, who is one of the coordinators of Get Ready for the Roadshow. And she will be giving us a 15 minutes presentation of this service to then allow you to, because this is going to start in January 2024, so it's very new information. It will allow you to ask directly some of the question and understand how you can best be involved with this capacity building program. So to warm up a little bit, this we did also the last time. It would be good if you could share with us where you're joining us from, just to get a sense of how broad. Really, we saw the map before, and it's really always good to see how everybody is spread across Europe. So if you want to scan the QR code in the corner and let us know where you're joining us from, it will give us a sense of where everybody is right now. So I will do the same. Okay. Okay. Well, definitely all across the map, we can see that. Okay, very good. These are some new cities compared to the last cafe, so it's very good also to see a different representation and dissemination of participants. And after this, I hope you feel more. Oh, Barcelona, yes. I hope we'll feel closer now that we know where we are. And I will then just leave the word to Paula to start her own presentation and to talk to us a little bit about the roadshow. But once again, thank you very much for being here today. And I will then leave some space to Paula. So Paula, please.
Hello to everyone. Thanks to being here, and thank you to Sylvia and Veronica. I think Veronica gave a really overview about what Scalable Cities and also all these smart cities have done, and it's really inspiring. So that service is also one piece more to help the cities to engage them and also to get some knowledge. The roadshow is Get Ready for the Roadshow is a financial capacity building, and it's for getting financial knowledge. So we were designing all this program during all this year. Many of you maybe had attended other webinars that we were explaining this roadshow. We get many information through the cities in some conversations, meetings, and also through a survey that we sent it last summer. And we are now really happy because we grounded all these topics, issues, gaps that the cities were sharing with us. But the thing is that in this service, we will provide 27 activities, but we divided these in 3 phases. So the first phase will be the next year. And all these activities are willing to help the cities in the green urban market and also to design their projects in all this complex environment that the cities are working. And also the focus is how to finance the project, how do we design it in a bankability way, and to understand till the beginning, till the end, how we can design these projects. So this is like the first image, the first picture. So you can go to the next one. I present this also, or you, Silvia?
Yeah, I can speak to this, but Paula, we discussed when preparing that it would be good to hear from the cities what are some of the gaps of knowledge or the missing pieces that you may have encountered when implementing projects in your cities, and what are in one keyword, what are some of the knowledge gaps that you would like the roadshow to support you with. So I can see that someone is already typing, but maybe you want to once again scan the QR code and let us know what are the financial related gaps that you've encountered so far. And Paula will take all this information and implement into the roadshow into the upcoming months. So let's see what comes out.
Great. We are covering that one in the next phase, so it's great.
If you want to react, obviously, and to anything that is being written, Paula, feel free to.
Yeah, I will explain now, but for PPP projects, we will have a training day, and we will be working in a case study with an expert, and we will be thinking together in a groups, sharing and discuss and having a discussion how to afford this. Not public financial funding, that's you are in the great place because one of the things of this roadshow is like we know that public budget is limited, and also coming from EU, from the European level or regional national level are limited. So that's the key question: how to raise funding from the private sector, and how to really design a project to go and get this. So that's the idea of the roadshow, and we design it a journey with different steps, and that's what we will invite you. And also that's the additional value that we wanted to give to that roadshow or that events. It is not okay, you can go there and just go in and join one and then another one, but we will propose you a journey, and we are really convinced that at the end of this journey you will have deep knowledge and a great capacity to understand better how to design, and also how to get more knowledge through yourself. Okay, partners, sharing, private instruments, public risk. Yeah, risk is really a good point. And public authority can play a really good role on this. Multi-stakeholders. What is the most appropriate fund to apply for infrastructure? We can discuss all this in the activities, but it's really great that you are really engaged and commitment with that issue. That is really important. So thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you. I see there is one more person typing in, and maybe we'll let that final input come through. But obviously, Paula, you will be able to unpack a little bit more this during the Q&A. But this is really to give an overview that there is a common share of, here we have one more, monetizing co-benefits, kind of recurring themes. And so it's very good that the roadshow would meet most of or all of these. So I will then move to the next slide and let you describe a bit more the activities and what they entail, so that our attendees can know what to expect from the roadshow. But again, good to see you engaged even remotely. So next slide.
Yeah, so the idea is to give a complete guide about energy transition financial solutions. And we know that all the time there are many questions in the air. The idea is to understand that questions and ground it and start bit by bit. This is this is not like in one webinar or in one training you will understand. It's true that it's needed step by step to going further and going deeply. But there are many things, like all the challenges that the energy transition projects are facing and how to overcome it, how to understand the financial concepts, since the basic one till the really complex ones, and how they are getting in connection. How to ensure the bankability of the projects, financial solutions, financial schemes, stakeholders that you were explaining, different sources, key actors, and how to involve all of them and design in a project, and also through the time, that project. Also, what is the role of the public administration and how to work with the private sector. You also were mentioning this, how to design projects that can be scaled up. But Veronica was explaining also that in this last year, many cities were developing many projects, and the good thing of Scalable Cities is that we have all this knowledge. So in many activities, we will be explaining some successful projects. We will be inviting cities to explain that project. So also you will have like inspiration. And in the case of the case studies that we will be studying, there will be, these case studies will be real, and you will have all the information to discuss about it and to understand why they were successful. Also, we will have retrospective about the smart cities, and I was saying, and sharing the business models and the successful projects. Also understanding business model canvas. In many smart city projects, they already working on it. So, but here there is the opportunity to go in further and also understand the connection between the business model and the ESG metrics, environmental, social, and governance, and how to implement it in the cities. So yeah, more or less all these things that are all the time in the air, we are trying to ground it and classify and really making understandable for all the people. So as I said, we will give 27 events, activities, but in the first phase, that it's from January to September, we will give 12 events. It's 5 webinars, 3 training sessions, 2 peer-to-peer and 2 mentorings. They are different. There are some difference between them. I will be explaining, but webinars are specific issues, that kind of gaps. We will be giving basic knowledge to then face the case studies that we will be working in the training sessions. And then peer-to-peer and mentoring, we will be working with specific cities that will apply to it with specific projects. And in these 2 spaces, peer-to-peer and mentoring, there will be experts and investors, and there will be a broader space to understand and to discuss the projects. So I will explain first the webinars, 5 webinars. It's 2 hours that we will take. It will be online, it is open, and we will be working in a financial concepts and topics. We will prepare a supporting material in each one of these, and you will receive it 3 or 4 days before the webinar. We already organized it. There are 5 webinars that we will have. The first one is in January. At the end of the presentation, you will have the opportunity to register to this one. This is the basic one, and it's the financial language for public administration. And we will be covering how the public administration can think when the public administration is designing the project, designing in how to implement it and how to be bankable in a private way. That's the main topic that we will be covering. Second one, it's about how the public administration can collaborate with the energy transition market. Then there we will be talking about public-private partnership also. Then there are also a retrospective about the smart city project. I mean, we divided that 5 like into categories. The first, the second, and the third is to be prepared for the case studies, and the third one and the fourth are more like inspiring. The third is about successful projects that already has been in the smart city projects, and the last one is about European programs, because also in the survey that we did this summer, many cities were asking about more funding from the UA. So we really think we can explain it because there are many programs, and also in this framework, many things has changed. And also it is an opportunity to get some money to complete all the money that is necessary for develop the projects. So this is the topics. The training sessions, there are 3 training sessions, and we are focusing in one financial solution. First one, revolving funds. Second, innovation investment fund. And third one, public-private partnership. This event will be, we are not sure it will be 6 hours, but it needs a long time to understand it. Maybe we will divide it. We are not sure, because we are really not sure if many cities will attend it. But the idea is that, and you will be meeting with cities. It is open to all the cities, experts, and we also will give some material in advance to working on that. Okay, you can go to the next one. The peer-to-peer session, there will be 2 peer-to-peer sessions this year. The first one will be about positive energy blocks or positive energy district, and second one about district heating cooling system. The idea of these events is that it will be like 3 cities with successful projects or with really mature projects, another 6 cities with different levels. Also, maybe one city just want to do it, and they are starting to understand, and they can apply also to be here. And the idea of this one is to do it in person in a city. The city that are interested can host it, and we will help the city to prepare all this journey. We are combining this service, peer-to-peer, with other service that Veronica was explaining before, the peer-to-peer learning, that there are an option to host cities and visit cities. So we will be combining these 2 services, and the idea is to do it in person, because we think it's really an engaging, it can be really an engaging journey, and it's better to do it in person. So, and also it's like reduced group. So that's it. Positive energy districts and heating and cooling. And it is related to the mentoring session, because the cities that will be joining the peer-to-peer have the opportunity to go in deeper, and joining after that the mentoring session. We will be providing more information and more support through email, and at the end, 2 hours. This one will be online and will be 2 hours with investors and experts. Peer-to-peer also will be investors there. Here is an overview of the calendar, because in the other table they were a little bit confusing. So the January, February, March, April, May, we have each month we will be holding one webinar. Then the training sessions will be June, July, and September. If you are attending the webinars, you will be really prepared to face the case studies, the training sessions, and then peer-to-peer is in March and May, and then the mentoring session will be in June and July. Also, you can apply directly to the mentoring session if you think that you have just concrete doubts. It's not necessary to go first to the peer-to-peer and then to the mentoring. Okay, you can go to the next one. So as I was explaining, here is more clear in that chart. The webinars, there are 5 webinars, but 3 of them are like are designed to be like a journey, a step by step, to getting all the knowledge that you need to face the case study, to face how to afford, how to understand and develop and design the different financial solution for an energy transition project in a city environment. And then there are other two webinars that are more inspiring webinars. The other two are about the already successful projects in a business model way, not in a technical way, in a really like the projects that were designed and really was implemented in a thinking in that they are sustainable through the time and sustainable in an economically way to understanding. And then the other one is the European, exploring the European programs to get also public funding. So you can go to the next one. And the next one is how to combine the peer-to-peer and mentoring. This is really clear. I mean, like this is targeting the specific projects. So it's the same topic, peer-to-peer and then mentoring sessions. Yeah, and peer-to-peer is like 9-10 cities, and mentoring session is a reduced project for 4-3 cities. If there are more cities that want to apply to the mentoring, we will divide the group and we will do 2 sessions, but really the idea is that it's a reduced group to really go in to the KDAPs and really resolve it. So how to apply? We hope very soon will be an update in the Scalable Cities subpage. We will find there the registration link. Anyway, we will be promoting individually all the events before it happens through LinkedIn. I mean, 20 Commons will help us with that. Also in the city coordinator group, through email to all the expert groups and all the community that is in the smart city, to the Scalable City, sorry. And yeah, also if you are interested, you can just write me and I will send it to you as it is coming. Also, I mean, like I explained it now, all the events, all the activities that are already scheduled, but we are open to organize more events, peer-to-peer or mentorings or webinars. If some of you, I mean, if you have specific needs and you want to contact me, and then we can make a group and design that specific webinar or peer-to-peer or mentoring or training session. So that's really important. I mean, like we are not close to the things that we are designing, as we are now designing. We are planning to give 12 activities till 27. There are many ones that we have to design. So as much you want, I mean, like we can design it together. So you can go to the next one. So I want to present the first event that we have, that is the webinar that we are holding the 11th of January. This is financial language for public administration in the smart city projects. And we will navigate financial concept, bankability of projects. We will give a complete guide for energy transition solutions. Giovanni will hold this webinar. Giovanni is the head instructor of GNE Finance, and he's really an expert. He has more than 30 years in the investment banking experience, and he worked a lot in the Italian structural companies and banks. So, and he's, I mean, like he's really pedagogic, and that's really important, because sometimes someone can know a lot, but then are not able to explain it. And the idea of that webinar is to be interactive. So we will be using some tools and also opening some space to make some discussions. No, to the webinars, it's open to all the cities. I mean, yeah, it's open to all the cities. I don't know how many people we are expecting, but it is open to all the cities that want to apply.
Well, this seems like a good transition into the Q&A since
Yeah, I was reading the chat.
it was just there. So thank you very much, actually, Mikael, for leading in and having a moment to really unpack this rich portfolio that Paula has presented. There is definitely a lot of activities that will be happening. So if you feel like you've already addressed Mikael's question, there is another question that came in a bit earlier as you were speaking from Maria, who said that July, being the summer vacation time for Nordic countries, could be a bit of an issue from the calendar standpoint. So would there be any chance to revisit the calendar and change the dates for those planned in July? So Paula, definitely, you're the one who can answer this first question.
I think, Maria, you can write me, and then maybe we have the opportunity to maybe not recalendar that one, but maybe duplicate that and find other cities that wanted to join. So there are, because in July there are a training session, and also I'm not sure now, but for sure, if you're interested in some, specifically in one of them, we can talk and we can duplicate it, and then we can engage other cities to join.
Okay, great. And there is already another question. Obviously, you can also raise your hand and unmute yourself if we want to hear some new voices coming in. But thanks for already writing. So, I mean, Michael is asking, do you already have the cities for the peer-to-peer? Lund is probably world leading in heating and cooling solutions, and I could ask for interest from them to take part as a good example. So, well, thanks for the offer, Paula.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, no, now we are opening that for district heating cooling. We have one city that asked to us to host that event, but you can be like, I mean, it's still under discussion. So you can also write me and apply also to host it or just to be a part of it. I mean, this is the start. We don't have, we presented yesterday in the city coordinator group, and then after that, a city brought me like, I would like to host this event. But we are now is the moment to be there, to join.
Okay, great. So is there any more questions already? Again, you can raise your hand or write it directly in the chat. So Gary, hi. Oh, okay. Gary, if you want to unmute yourself, I saw you raising your hand. So
Hi,
hello.
My name is Gary Brennan. I'm CTO with a company called G-Kinetic. So we're a private company. Well, we're a startup, but we've worked on the City Exchange project in Limerick as a technology provider. Based on this, so our project was to provide energy for a positive energy block. Since this, and because of the expo in Barcelona, we're in discussions with 2 cities, which are both on the list of the 100 cities that are interested in installing our technology, but they're not positive energy blocks. So what I'm wondering is how, I know the action grants are for replication of projects that have already been taken place. So we developed the technology for positive energy blocks, but really it's energy from flowing water, but in an urban environment. I'm just wondering, does this come in under the action grant umbrella?
So actually, in regard to the action grant, you come in at the right time because we will have a dedicated session next. It's going to be on the 10th of January. So I'm going to open later the registration for that.
Okay.
And I saw that earlier in the call, there was also Sophia, who is one of the coordinators. I just saw her come out of the meeting, so you just missed her. But there will be a dedicated session where you can actually ask all about the action grant, and both coordinators will be there because the third call is currently open. So at the end of this call, I will show a QR code, and you can already register for it. And that will be the best time to discuss this.
Brilliant.
But so it's good that you asked it at this time. Is there any other questions that are?
I was trying to register for the Smart Cities Marketplace, and I was unable to. I've sent a couple of emails, but I've gotten no reply, and I'm wondering, what do I need to do?
To register for Veronica, maybe you're the best one to address this point, actually.
Yes.
Veronica.
Yes, sorry. Maybe I can help a bit, Gary. So I'm not 100% sure where on the marketplace were you or which event were you trying to register for. But if you just share with me an email, we can help you to get a part of the community. It is actually a different group of consortium that is managing that part, but we are in almost daily exchange with them, so I think I can make that happen.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Veronica.
Great. I don't know if your email, Veronica, is gonna show up at the very end, but if you wanna also put it in the chat for Gary, or so that you can reach out directly. But yeah, thank you for coming in on that one. Is there any other question to Paula? Any details of this of the roadshow that you would like to have a clarification on? Or oh, there you have it. A couple of emails coming in. Yes. If not, if not, I do have actually a couple of clarification that I would. I mean, it's not doubts, but it's definitely to hear a bit more from you, because a couple of points that you raised earlier were quite interesting. And in particular, you mentioned that during some of the sessions, you will be joined by experts and investors as well. And I was curious of what their role will be during these sessions and how they will be able to contribute. In particular, investors, how are they going to be participating in the roadshow? So, if you have anything to say to that, I'm curious, and maybe it can be useful.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, because it's really interesting that we are putting in the same space cities and head department, I mean, people that is working in a public authority with experts and also with investors. GNE Finance is part of the CEFA, that it's it's an organization from the EU. It's a Sustainable Energy Financial Association. So there are a lot of, I mean, we are in contact to many people that it's working in this field. And the idea of the investors is to provide their point of view through the project, and to explain in detail what they are expecting to see in the projects, what kind of data, what kind of numbers, what kind of explanation in a financial way, because sometimes you are explaining the technical solution, but they are not so much interesting on that, also on that, but more in like, how many years are you going to take to implement this? How are you thinking to bundle the financial solution? Who are the stakeholders that are there involved, and what are expecting you from me? So that's the idea, that the investors will give key points. We will highlight their interest, and then we will understand how to combine these different words, because there are really, really different environments. So that's the idea. And yeah, I want to highlight just that GNE Finance has also a department that it's like an investor department. So we are also working, not me, I'm not in that department, but they are working also in innovative solution for energy transition and investing in many companies and startups. So we will be in these spaces, we will be like really close and understanding how they work and how can we combine these two words.
Okay, thank you. And as a follow-up, also in the description of events, I saw that you were going to provide some materials for participants. And what kind of materials will those be? So what will be offered to participants?
Yeah, it will be. It's for webinars and training session. We will prepare some documents, maybe I don't know, 10, 15 pages. It depends on the content, but we will be giving this to the cities, to the people who is attending 3 or 4 days in advance. The great idea would be that the cities could read it before coming to the webinar and to the activity. So they have a little bit more knowledge when they are arriving, and they are just understanding better and going deeply to ask many questions. So that's in the webinars and in the training sessions. Also in the training sessions will be, as we will be explaining a case, a successful or not successful case study, project. We will be also giving some materials, specific materials about this project, about this city, and we will invite that city to explain it. And the peer-to-peer mentoring, that event, that day, that journey, we will be preparing together with the cities that we will be joining. We will prepare also some additional material, but we will ask also to the cities to prepare some presentation to share it, to highlighting the financial doubts, problems, challenges. And then we will structure these 6 hours with mainly with the host city, and actually hope we can also do some visits to the projects that the hosting city is doing. But in that space, we will be providing all this material that will come up with the cities.
Okay, thank you. Is there maybe other questions that have been raised in the meantime? So Gary again, okay, jump to another call. Thank you for the information. Yeah, thank you, Gary, for your participation, and have a good rest of the day. What about everybody else? Is there any more questions that you want to ask directly to Paula, since you have the opportunity to talk directly with some of the organizers of the roadshow? If not, I do have a final question for you, which is, who are the best candidates to attend Get Ready for the Roadshow? So who are the best people that could be the audience, the right audience for these series of events? Maybe because they're all different, there is a difference between who should be attending a webinar or a training session. Maybe you can articulate a little bit more on that as well, so our audience can know where to register.
Yeah, we had a really broad discussion about that, and when we were talking with the cities and with the expert groups, they were saying to us, financial officers from the public administration should be there to understand how to help to design the energy transition departments, the financial plans for the projects. But it is open. I mean, like, it's for financial officers, project managers, head departments, policymakers also, from all the public or semi-public bodies. So to all of them, and also at the beginning of each event, for example, the next one in the webinar, we will take the first 10 minutes to make a brief poll to know the knowledge of the participants. So then we will see, and we will be trying to explain the content to all of them. But for sure, we will face really different levels of knowledge.
Okay. Well, thank you then again. Unless there are any final burning questions or proposals, since it was good to see that already some cities offered to their contribution and for the upcoming events. So that was very good to see. If not, I can maybe go back to the previous page to allow people maybe a few more seconds to register for the first event of Get Ready for the Roadshow. So let me just show it to you once again. So this is opportunity to already register, but obviously we will be sharing the invite on all of our channels, so the same that you've used to get to today, to register for today, on the website of the Smart Cities Marketplace and on the social medias. And I also will take the opportunity to flag that at the beginning of the new year, we will have our next, that was already spoiled, unfortunately, but so I don't have the surprise effect, but we will have our next cafe, and it will be focusing on the Action Grant, which is another financial tool that is offered by Scalable Cities. And this is a series of grants up to 50,000 euros per project to replicate already successful solutions within the Scalable Cities community. It will be a very interesting one because the current call for proposals is open and will remain open until the end of January. So it will be very good for people that are interested to attend this cafe to know how to best prepare for this call. And again, the QR code is there if you're interested in registering already, but otherwise, obviously, also this will be promoted throughout these channels, our channels. And it looks like there is a lot of events coming up in January, so with Scalable Cities, so it's good to keep to stay updated. Otherwise, again, unless there are some final questions, we are reaching the end of our cafe. So, Paula, if you want to add anything that you still have the opportunity to, that you may miss during the presentation. Otherwise,
I'm really happy to have presented this program, this service at the end. And really thank you, Silvia and Veronica, and all the participants that are here, and also the people who are interested in it. So let's join it next year.
Yes. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank also to everybody who supported the meeting. And thank you, Veronica. Thanks for today. See you. Thanks you.